We also worked out our differences with the House, the Republicans and the Democrats in the House who sit on what we call energy and water. We're strengthening our nuclear weapons stockpile testing. We're strengthening its certification. We're continuing to provide money for a new nuclear warhead, for a sea-launched cruise missile. Mr. President.
The senator from Louisiana.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I want to speak first for a moment about the Energy and Water Development Bill that the Senate will shortly be considering. As you know, Mr. President, our budget is so large that we divide our appropriations bill into 12 separate bills, mini bills, if you will. And members, in some cases, are assigned, in some cases, choose to serve on these subcommittees to draft a portion of the appropriations bill. I have the privilege of serving as the chair of the Energy and Water Development portion of the larger appropriations bill. My ranking member, in other words, the ranking Democrat, is my friend Senator Patty Murray from Washington State. We have conferenced that bill, Mr. President. What does that mean? Well, that means that all the Democratic members and all the Republican members of the Energy and Water Development Committee have worked out our differences. Doesn't mean we're all happy, but we've worked them all out. We also worked out our differences with the House, the Republicans and the Democrats in the House who sit on what we call energy and water. I'm not saying everybody's happy, but they've accepted the bill. We've reached an agreement. And in fact, the House has already passed. And we're going to be considering that bill, the energy and water bill, here in a couple of days. And I just wanted to quickly, I'll speak more later, perhaps. I just wanted to quickly highlight what we're going to be voting on here in the next couple of days. The bill's $58 billion. That's less than the current budget. I'm very proud of that. I said at the very beginning of this process I was not going to approve a budget that did anything but spend less. We have done that. Nominally, it's a $27 million reduction. Non-nominally, which means if you factor in inflation, it's a 2.8% reduction over the current energy and water bill. So in the new fiscal year 26, we will be spending 2.8% less than we are spending on the energy and water bill right now. I'm very proud of that. We increased defense spending. As you know, Mr. President, the energy and water bill is divided into a defense portion and a non-defense portion. We increased spending dramatically for defense. In fact, we're spending $912 million extra on defense in the energy and water bill over the current budget, a 2.7% increase, even though overall the bill is 2.8% less. Well, obviously, we had to cut something. We did. We're cutting non-defense spending, the non-defense portion of the bill, by 3.8%. We took a meat axe to the Green New Deal provisions in the current energy and water budget. Now, not everybody's happy about it. I get it. But we have already spent a lot of money on the Green New Deal, too much in my judgment. So we reduced it in the new energy and water bill. Moving back just for a second on defense spending, what are we spending that extra money on in defense? Well, I'm not going to read everything to you, but suffice it to say that we plussed up or increased nuclear weapons development, nuclear weapons sustainment. We're strengthening our nuclear weapons stockpile testing. We're strengthening its certification. We're continuing to provide money for a new nuclear warhead, for a sea-launched cruise missile. We're going to spend more money on plutonium pits and special explosive nuclear materials. Final 2 points I'll make about our bill. We substantially increased spending for the Corps of Engineers. Substantially. In the current, the new energy and water bill, we are spending $1.7 billion more on Corps of Engineers projects. That's a 19% increase. And we're also doubling our spending on a Strategic Petroleum Reserve. To sum up, the energy and water bill, vis-a-vis the current budget, cut spending by 2.8%. We increased defense spending by 2.7%. We paid for that increase overall and accommodated the decrease in overall spending by cutting non-defense, mostly green energy, 3.8%. We've increased spending for the Corps of Engineers dramatically, $1.7 billion. That's a 19% increase, and we have doubled the amount of money for the Strategic Petroleum Reserve.